Hi. They had discussed today that the leader of the Columbia student protest that was anti-Israel and for Hamas and for Palestine was non-binary. And so I wanted to go over LGBT rights in the state of Palestine. Homosexuality, and this is from Wikipedia. I'm sorry, it's a liberal thing. And I'm conservative, so I went out of my way to find liberal articles. Homosexuality in the Palestinian territories is considered a taboo subject. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people experience persecution and violence. There is a significant legal divide between the West Bank and the Gaza Strip, with the former having more progressive laws and the latter having more conservative laws. Shortly after the Jordanian annexation of the West Bank in 1950, same-sex acts were decriminalized across the territory with the adoption of the Jordanian Penal Code in 1951. In the Egyptian-occupied Gaza Strip and under Hamas's rule, however, no such initiative was implemented. So I just wanted to say that you may want to look over what you're really fighting for, because if you're gonna be killed, if you go over there, it might not be in your best interest to be on their side, and I don't think you've really thought this through. But if you don't believe me, you can always go over there and see for yourself, but I wouldn't advise it. Also, and if you don't believe me, you can look up other articles that said the same thing. Also, there was a professor that mentioned genocide, and I believe it was at an Ivy League school. And there was a person who asked him, do you know what genocide is? And he had to ask for help. So it occurs to me a lot of people don't know what genocide truly is. So I'm again going by Wikipedia, again, a liberal place. Genocide is the intentional destruction of a people in whole or in part. In 1948, the United Nations Genocide Convention defined genocide as any of 5, quote, acts committed with the intent to destroy, in whole or in part, a national, ethnical, racial, or religious group, end of quote. These 5 acts were killing members of the group, causing them serious bodily or mental harm, imposing living conditions intended to destroy the group, preventing births, and forcefully transferring children out of the group. Victims are targeted because of their real or perceived membership of a group, not randomly. So, if you go by that, I'm not so sure that October 7th wasn't necessarily genocide as well, because there were Jews who were targeted all over Israel because they were Jewish. I know the Holocaust was a genocide, but these Palestinian people, not Palestinian people, Hamas were out to get the Jewish people, and the people that are sticking up for Hamas are sticking up for people that did kill a whole lot of Jewish people, because I only told you about Near Oz and about the Nova Festival. But there's also a documentary that is called Screams Before Silence, and it's done by someone who used to be the Facebook COO. She wasn't CEO, it said. They called her the COO. And her name was Sheryl Sandberg. That's CHERYL Sandberg, SANDBERG. And she has a documentary that is on YouTube, can be found on YouTube, that has shows how they've targeted Jews just all over Israel, and they targeted by sexual violence and spread their bodies, the women's bodies, and some men were even raped, and they spread their bodies so that was just open to everybody. And they targeted civilians, villages, just every camps, military camps, and in just a few hours they had murdered 1,200 men, women, and citizens, and thousands more were injured, and over 250 Israelis and foreign nationals were kidnapped to Gaza. But I urge you to watch this documentary. It's very hard to watch, but it will also tell you how this group is terroristic. I mean, they're terrorists. But I do want to urge you to please watch that. It is very hard to watch. It's very graphic. But I think if you're going to be protesting out there, you need to know what you're protesting for. So I urge every college student to watch it, and then see if you want to get out there and be protesting for this group, for Hamas, and saying that you are Hamas. Thank you. And I urge you, just give that a chance. Thank you.